Hey, welcome to Monday Mentoring this week. I'm coming to you from a very rainy Sunday morning here in Virginia. So here's what's going on in Monday Mentoring this week. Tomorrow, Monday at noon, we're going to have Eastern Time. Lyndon is going to be facilitating a roundtable. For our new folks, roundtable is where you can bring clinical questions and cases. As of right now, again, it's Sunday morning. I don't have any cases that have been submitted in advance. If any come in, they will be posted right below the RSVP button for Monday's noon Eastern session. So you can check them out there. If not, there's usually plenty of other things to talk about. So again, bring clinical cases, clinical questions, that sort of thing. Then from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Chantal Cabrera is going to be doing our June deep dive lecture covering after cancer care. I think most of you probably know Chantal, but she's been working in cancer care from the herbal and nutrition perspective for decades, and she's recently published a book on the topic. Always a wealth of information, so I'm excited about that. The deep dive, you can RSVP from it for the deep dive from our Monday Mentoring dashboard. There is also a separate course for the immune deep dive, and that is where you will find the notes. She actually sent them to me just last night, so I've posted them there. You can download the slides, and she's got a handout there. And that's all. The deep dive dashboard is also where you will find the recording and the quiz after the session. So you can always find that. Just go up to my courses when you're in Monday Mentoring, and you'll find it there. So very excited about that lecture. The quiz usually goes up some point by the end of the week. I'm actually traveling this week on Tuesday. I am going to Yellowstone with my family. It's my parents' 50th anniversary. It's been a long time planning this trip. So I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. I will be checking in. But anyway, things may be a little bit disrupted. It might take you a little bit longer to hear from me, that sort of thing, over the next couple weeks, because I will be out and about doing family stuff. So anyway, the quiz may be a little bit delayed this week. We'll have to see how things go. I think when we're flying, I'll have some time in the airport. But anywho, so that's happening. I also wanted to let you know that accountability groups are open. If you are new to Monday Mentoring, or if you have been here a while and you've just never really had a chance to do this before, accountability groups are where we match you up with somebody or somebody's, a few people who have similar availability. And the idea is that you will meet weekly or every other week just to check in with each other, talk about what you're doing, provide support for each other in whatever ways seem feasible. If you've never had an accountability partner or group before, I highly recommend one. I actually have two that I'm part of, and it really has been one of the things that I think has kept me going, especially through the pandemic and when things get really tough. It's incredibly valuable to have somebody who understands and supports you in that way. So give it a try. The way to do it is you can log into our community site. If you've never done that before, you need to join. There's a specific link that you need to click on the first time, and that just tells the community site that you're not some rando trying to access our site, that you've been invited. And then once you do that, you'll create an account. You can log in anytime. But anyway, there's a big explanation of what it is and more about it, and you can kind of put your name in the hat there. And if we can find one or more people that fit your availability, we will match you up, and then the two of you will just arrange your ongoing meetings. Sometimes you have a group and it clicks and you meet for years. Other times you have a group and you meet a couple times and it just isn't the best fit, or it peters out, and that's okay too. We do this every couple months. We kind of repot people or open up for new folks. So feel free to jump in if this feels right. If not, we'll do this again in September. You can wait until then. There's also the option in the community site to opt into matchups, and that is where it'll just randomly assign you your choice every week, every other week, or once a month to another Monday Mentoring member. And the idea is that the two of you will just meet once, get to know each other for 15 or 20 minutes, have a little coffee or tea date, and chat for a little while. So that's another option if accountability group maybe feels like too much of a commitment right now. You can opt into matchups, and that's all in the community site if you want to. A couple other announcements. One, Journal Club. If you've never been to Journal Club before, I encourage you to check it out. Once every other month in Monday Mentoring, we have Journal Club. Janelle facilitates. And the idea with Journal Club is that we read an article, a research study, and then we get together in Journal Club and talk about it. And a lot of times part of this talking about it is finding the flaws. What can we learn from this study? What can we not learn from this study? How could it be applied? How could it not be applied? Really getting better at understanding research and methods and talking through things and figuring out how it applies to our clinical work. So encourage you to come to that if that seems even of interest. If you're like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing and I don't know how to read research, perfect. It's great for you. And if you've had a little bit of experience and you want a little bit more, amazing. It's fun too. So the next journal club is going to be on the 23rd of June at noon Eastern. You can RSVP for it just like our normal Monday mentoring stuff. And I've posted in the welcome email for this week the link to the article that we'll be discussing during that time. Okay. Otherwise, don't forget that you have a code to register for the class about how to work with a virtual assistant and our Monday Mentoring Book Club, which is meeting in July. Those codes are available in the Monday Mentoring welcome email. So if you want to join either of those, they are free. They're part of Monday Mentoring this year. Love to have you there. If not, you could ignore them. Don't worry about it. And we'll go from there. Okay. I think those are all the announcements that I have for this week. I'm going to stop right there because that's a little bit of a longer video. So I hope you have an amazing week. If you have any questions about Monday mentoring or what's going on, please reach out. And actually, I wanted to share that we usually do like a little insider behind the scenes thing. And for this week's behind the scenes, I actually wanted to share just some of my thinking about Monday mentoring. Some of you know that we have been having 3 sessions a week, and our 7 p.m. Eastern session was really poorly attended. And basically since January, we had hardly anybody showing up at those, sometimes no people, maybe one, every now and then two. So we decided to cancel them for the summer. And then instead of having those, I'm giving people free access to my VA course and the second course that'll be coming out about teaching online courses. So I'm thinking about the fall and beyond and what to do about that. And I just wanted to share some of the options that I'm considering. I'll be sending out a survey to get your opinions and thoughts on this. But the options I'm considering are just adding back in the 7 p.m. Eastern session as planned. And, I've heard from maybe 1 or 2 people who really like the 7 p.m. session, but most people, it seems to be, for whatever reason right now, not that convenient for them. So if you feel strongly about it, I do want to know. And again, I'll be sending out a survey or you can just message me. The other things that I'm considering are adding a second, no, I guess it would be a third session at a different day during the week, probably at a noon Eastern, because that seems to be our most attended time. Now, and there's a couple things that I might do for that one. One, it could just be a normal Monday mentoring session just on a different day of the week. So it would rotate through practice management and roundtable and whatever. I'm also thinking about that third one could be our themed discussion of the week. So sometimes we have a specific discussion about your about page or your homepage on your website or the welcome email that you send, or how do you, various sort of specific focused things that we might discuss or work through together. I'm also considering maybe having that one be more of a class, maybe a short class, like a 15 or 20-minute class with time for discussion. It's more of an educational situation. And then the other thing I'm considering is maybe having that third session be based on phase of practice. So we might have 1 or 2 a month for people who are just starting out in the beginning phase, and that would be more focused on topics related to that. And then we might have 1 or 2 that would be more for folks who've been in practice for 5+ years that relate to more advanced kind of down the road pieces. So anyway, all of that's on the table. I am putting together thoughts, but I'd love for you to be thinking about it and what would serve you the most as well. And again, I'll be in touch about getting that set up and gathering people's opinions around what would be best for you. If you have any other ideas that I haven't thought of, please let me know. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful week. I hope I'll see you tomorrow for either of our sessions. And otherwise, I'll talk to you soon.